Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Open Table Adventures. I am your host, your master of games, maker of monsters, keeper of mysteries, Dan the Baker, and this is Park Strangers Episode 3. Last we left off, we had our hunters divided. Mary Edith and Zizi making strange bedfellows with Sam and Dave, while Hamid and Paul bonded over some chili sizzlers. Now, before we get started on today's episode, I do have two things to note. First, unfortunately, Alexander was unable to film with the rest of the group, but don't worry, we will be checking in with Agent Peterson later on in the episode. And two, due to some technical difficulties, we had some complications with the visual element of this episode, but fortunately, you can still hear our dulcet voices regaling you with this story. This episode, our hunters will dive deeper into the forest, discovering its mysteries and hopefully making it out alive. Without further ado, I present to you Park Strangers Episode 3, A Hunting We Will Go. Last we left off with everyone, you were tucking in for the night, having a nice, restful sleep, though I'm not sure how much sleep Zizi and Mary Edith got in their humble abode of a cave in the middle of the woods. But as the sun crests over the mountains, you can hear the bird song, kind of annoyingly waking you up. Probably, who probably would be the first up and at 'em?
In general, or in the cave?
I think in general, yeah.
I feel like once the sunlight kind of hits the tent, Mary Edith's up, but I don't know how well anyone else slept because she does snore like loose gravel in a blender.
I feel like, would Sam be an early riser or did? I never thought of this.
ZZ is in full sensory deprivation mode with sleeping thing over their eyes and like sound blockers, probably a face mask on that she wasn't supposed to leave on there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I feel like, yeah, Mary Edith, I feel like, makes sense for her to be the first up. So yeah, you get up, get out of your sleeping bag, and you survey your surroundings. What does Sam's abode look like in the light of day?
Definitely just a bit of a small clearing, like earlier, the cave and all that. You see a few lines with a bit of different articles of clothing on them. Some with blankets, other with just like random strips of cloth that must have been washed at some point. You see just little critters in the trees kind of running around, just checking things out, being like, something's up. The generator, the wonderful generator. And you just see a bunch of tiny knickknacks on different they almost seem like built-in shelves of the cave wall, just naturally holding all of these small little knickknacks, even just a few books. And you're just like, okay, there's some bookshelves. Nice.
What does Mary Edith do as soon as she wakes up? What is her morning routine?
She gets up, she changes her clothes. She does some stretches, light calisthenics. Yeah, lots of like moving her arms, kind of kicking her legs to the side.
A little Zumba.
Yeah, but it's just like her headphones just really loud. Which doesn't want to wake anyone up. And then we made dinner last night, I think. So she probably just goes over to like where we were cooking last time. Kind of expects the like scent of cooking food to wake up her companions.
Mm-hmm. What do you throw down? What you cooking?
What does she have? She's got a couple, so she's gonna have to like rehydrate some food. She was out here. She's boiling some water. She's making some oatmeal. she's putting in raisins, golden raisins, brown sugar, cinnamon.
It's gorgeous. Love that.
I don't know why raisins and golden raisins just threw me.
They're two different classifications of raisins.
It tastes
They
different.
honestly taste way different.
They
honestly,
do.
They
It's
do.
because
Yeah.
golden raisins are made from green grapes, and
Mhm.
the regular raisins are made from purple grapes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I wasn't educated on the raisin. Let's
Listen,
move on.
it's okay. Hey, someone out there also wasn't educated, and now they know. So thank you. For
Star
your
strike.
contribution.
The shooting star across
More
the
you
screen.
know.
Yeah, to any listener out there, they are two different types.
There are more than two
Uh,
types, but
We haven't even started talking about craisins. No.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
get me started by
Mary
raisins.
Edith, she
I
goes
feel
through her
about
bag.
those.
She's pulling out so much dried fruit. Just all different flavors.
I feel like at this point, Dave would just be like doing circles around you, like looking at the pot occasionally, just be like, what's going on here, you know? And not too later, Sam's kind of just like, what year is it? Kind of groggily waking up, hair standing every which way.
It's just like the sound of just a bowl of oatmeal just kind of smacking into whatever surface is in front of you.
Most
It's just-
disgusting way to describe oatmeal.
Oh, and Mary Edith also pulls out a can of Diet Coke.
You had Diet Coke
Yeah,
Part of the balanced breakfast.
on a
she's
on a
a
hiking
Midwest
trip.
mom. All she drinks is Diet Coke. You guys want a Diet Coke? Sam, you want a Diet Coke? Dave, you want a Diet Coke?
Dave shouldn't have Diet Coke. The
Oh,
last
okay.
time Dave had soda, it was not a good time for anyone involved. You just hear a few chittering of chipmunks. Not chipmunks, squirrels in the tree. And just like Dave looking up that tree. Eat little eyes. Like, can we not have a turf war? At the ungodly hour of sun AM. And
Zizi, I'll
just
say.
starts eating oatmeal.
Zizi, I'll say you wake up around this time as well.
And you hear kind of ZZ, you hear a thump, and the camera pans over, and ZZ has fallen off of their cot that was 6 inches off the ground, very elevated, with dressed to the nines with like new silk sheets, and then like this crusty old pillow that Sam had given her at the very at midnight or whenever we went to bed, and with her eye mask over her, she's like looking around, and she's like, Mary, Edith, Sam, does anybody have any face serum? I feel a little sticky.
Sam and Dave are both looking at you with the same stare of just what in the world what words were just uttered out of your mouth?
Skin serum for the good morning shine of the skin.
I think I have some Aveeno. And then she just starts digging through her backpack, pulls out just like a hand lotion.
ZZ's face is just like ghost white, as if she just saw an actual monster in that Aveeno bottle. Can you just pass over the what is that, oatmeal? Fruit oatmeal?
Mm-hmm.
With two
Want a Diet Coke?
no Diet Coke for me.
It's almost too good for Diet Coke.
Not too good, but do you have any orange juice, fresh pressed, with 3 navel oranges, please?
Or Eve just looks over at Sam and Dave.
3 oranges, Sam? Fresh, picked off the tree? Do you have any of those?
Sam just like looks down at Dave and looks up at you. Is just like, I'm gonna be honest. The last time I had fresh fruit was the last time Walmart threw away some old bananas.
Oof. Y'all,
It just continues eating the oatmeal.
this isn't really my style of camping, but I'm having fun. This will make a good story one day, as they try to eat another spoonful of this oat milky, raisiny slop.
Fun. You also, Zizi, you had set up some recording equipment to record through the night, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you can recover that if you would like. Let's start going through that.
Yeah, so with one hand eating the slop, the other one's holding her phone, just kind of looking through the footage throughout the night and just like scrubbing. The scene is really, you see Mary Edith in her tent, and then you see Sam. How does Sam sleep?
A shopping
In
cart.
a shopping cart. And it's kind of like framed perfectly, and it looks very very well placed, as it's kind of like a night vision-y green-ish, so that once the fire went out, we still had vision of all three of us in the frame.
And was it just visual or sound as well?
I think it would have sound, probably like a very expensive like Rode mic or something. I don't know.
Okay. I believe, don't you have an ability when you're like looking back through things? I think it's like an investigative mystery ability, I believe.
Yeah, and I also have my minor celebrity ability too as the Snoop. So it says at the beginning of each mystery I can roll. So let me roll that first. First roll. Okay, that's a 7. So I get to hold 1 throughout the mystery. But yeah, I have a move called "We'll Fix It in Post," and it says you can use anything you conceivably have recorded as evidence to investigate a mystery, allowing you to check previous interviews, attack sites, and so on from the comfort of your laptop/phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely qualifies for this. So go ahead and roll investigate a mystery for me.
Let's go. What is investigate a mystery is rolling plus
Sharp.
sharp.
Yeah, roll your 2d6, Ace. 2d6.
You make one mistake.
That's a 9.
A 9. Okay. So it's a mixed success. So you can hold 1 and ask one of the questions. Do you want me to list out the questions for you?
No, I can see them here. I think the question, as ZZ is going through the phone, is... Well, can you give me a general idea of what I actually see on the recording?
Yeah. So you're like looking through it, super, super fast speed because it's about like 7 or 8 hours of footage. You see, there's some like motion. You see at some point, like, raccoons are mostly nocturnal, so like Dave, it kind of is up and about a little bit. You sometimes see his little glowing eyes with the night vision. It's a little creepy, but that
He plays with his little building blocks in a corner.
probably about, I want to say like between 4 and 5 hours in. So around, it would probably be around 4 a.m. 4 a.m. You see a like handful of woodland creatures rush by. Nothing like large, mostly just like smaller, like squirrels, chipmunks, probably some other raccoons. Probably I would say like 9 or 10 kind of rush by that you see, possibly more behind the camera, but those are in front.
Then the question I would ask... First I turn over to Dave and it's like, Dave, are these your friends? And like holds out the phone to this little raccoon baby. Do you know these people? And just like scrolling back and forth.
Would these woodland creatures be one that chill in the general vicinity of the camp, or are they like a different family off in a different section?
Probably in the general, they probably are creatures that are from within like a mile radius, I would say.
Alright.
So it's possible Dave knows them, yeah.
So Dave just got just a little raccoon chatters and a thumbs up.
Okay. I think I speak raccoon now. That's cool. So I think I would ask, in this kind of like chaos of like a 4 a.m. scatter across the screen, what is being concealed here?
Good question. As you are kind of going through, you kind of isolate that one section, and also you probably bring it into like another app to get a better look at it. And you see there's like a little spike in the sound that's different than just the sound of the animals. That when you kind of isolate that and focus in on that, you hear a whistle. Just like my one weakness, my kryptonite is I cannot whistle. It's because I'm gay, but
Wow.
I'm gay and I can whistle.
No, I can whistle too.
So you're not
I think
whistling.
you're all
so,
lying.
so you would not have been whistling the Mockingjay. So you would not have, done the whole like Mockingjay sound at the Hunger Games.
No, I
Don't bring
couldn't.
it up. Don't bring it up. He feels bad about it.
But it's just like kind of a lower tone into an upper tone. It's like a ba-da. It just happens that once.
So what I'm picturing is ZZ is probably editing this time lapse for a vlog or something. So it has like the weird, like fun, kitschy little royalty-free music, and then she takes away the music, and then keeps scrolling, and it's like, So these are Dave's friends, but it doesn't look like any of them can whistle. Did anybody wake up in the middle of the night? Everybody slept very soundly.
I'll also say the whistle sounds a bit further away. It doesn't. It's not like behind the camera or anything like that. Like it's close enough that the mic picked it up, but far enough away that it probably was not like in the direct vicinity of the camp.
Did anybody, not to be rude, but did anybody get up to like use the restroom in the middle of the night and hear anything weird?
Sam
I
kind of
didn't.
just turns to Dave to be like, "Hey, Dave, you hear that? Did you hear the whistle?"
Dave did hear the whistle, yeah.
Is that a normal thing, Dave? Oh, I speak raccoon. That's amazing.
You say raccoon, you say as Dave only pantomimes to you. Meanwhile, Sam and Dave are having full intellectual conversation.
Sam, you do know there's a superstition kind of all throughout Appalachia. You never whistle into the forest. That's like one of the main rules is you never whistle in the forest. Because
Just like,
something might whistle back.
you kind of see Sam contemplate it for a bit, and then turns to ZZ and is like, "So, this whistle, did it sound like a person just whistling into the woods, or does it sound like a response?"
Honestly, it I can't really tell. It's just you see Dave's friends run across, and then just I see this little spike in audio, and when I isolated it, it didn't sound nice. I mean, in the city, people whistle at me all the time. And she kind of like flicks her hair.
It's like, and it's just Sam like immediately goes, "Don't whistle in here.
Oh,
You don't whistle in here, because you will get a response, and you do not want a response."
Does Dave know where the whistle came from?
I feel like Dave wouldn't know, but probably the squirrels that ran past. So, could Sam just be like, "Hey, Moss Burrow clan, were there any people around that could have done this whistle that was in that direction?"
I'm trying to figure out what this might be. I'm gonna call this a manipulate someone.
Manipulate. Ooh.
I think that's.
Are
I'm trying to
there
think-
squirrels close by right now though? Like I didn't think there were.
There are some like hanging around. Or you can probably
Oh,
send.
okay.
Yeah, You can probably send Dave to find some as well.
Yeah. Be like, hey Dave, that looks like the Mossborough clan. Can you go grab probably two of the more adult members of the group? Dave's just like, and runs off. What would manipulate?
Plus charm.
Charm. Fun.
Two dice.
Sorry, one of these dice is not meant for low lighting.
Oh no.
That is,
Need some high contrast dice.
that is a 7.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, they'll do what you want, in this case, answer your questions, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. I think in this case they want some food. They want some nuts.
Sam turns to Mayor Aegis like, hey, do you have any nuts on ya? So we can give it to the Mossborough clan guys. You know, it's kind of just a give and take situation. You understand, right?
Oh, of course. She starts digging through her bag. She's got like some walnuts, pecans, almonds,
Just like, oh,
peanuts.
the Mossborough clan is known for going absolutely feral around anyone that has almonds. That'll do.
Oh yeah, she hands them over.
Give him a Diet Coke too.
It's like a
Looks like,
tiny.
do not do that. It's just like, sorry. No, no. Sam has seen some horrors of animals on Diet Coke. And so giving the Dave comes back with, I guess, two Mossborough clan squirrels. You're like, hey, was there any person around to whistle into the woods that was stupid enough to whistle into the woods? And did they get a response?
Yeah, you, as you're asking this, you probably offer out,
Oh yeah,
these
like
little almonds.
handing almonds
Yeah.
while talking.
And they're, chittering, as they, eat up. And, they say, they tell you it wasn't a person.
Love that. Not many not many mammals are known for whistling.
Not to be rude again, but what if it was Mary Edith's snoring?
I snore.
Sam's just like, wow.
I had to put on my ocean sounds very loudly last night. At first I thought it was a bear, but then I looked over and it was you just rumbling the ground.
Well,
Like starting
Sounds
a
like
chainsaw.
Monkey throat singing.
Hopefully, any bears that came by thought there was a bear already here, so they didn't come any closer.
I thank you for that, but I don't know if you did one of those honk shoe things and, accidentally whistled in your sleep.
Oh, I forgot you guys can't talk to squirrels. It wasn't a person that whistled.
Oh.
And Sam was just like says that very like nonchalant. She's like, oh yeah, you can't talk to squirrels.
Again, not to be super rude, but I came out here to get some footage, and now I just kind of feel like we're doing too much talking to animals. I'm talking in raccoon. Nobody has face serum. What are we doing out here again?
Try not to die.
definitely wasn't on my checklist today.
Oh, it's on my checklist every day.
At that
Okay.
very, it just give Sam more oatmeal. Just
Sam
the only
is
thing
just
she can do
eating
right
that
now.
oatmeal,
The
just like
saddest-
brown sugar is
Like-
a luxury.
the saddest thing she's ever heard.
Aw.
And just like while eating oatmeal, giving the squirrels a few more almonds to be like, what direction was this whistle from?
They gesture back towards where ZZ saw the creatures running from, which you all know is back towards Thornton Gap.
You kind of just see just some squirrel chattering, and Sam kind of just very just stiffly turning around and looking towards kind of our meeting ground, you know? Where people were found very injured yesterday.
Well, I mean, we have daylight, we have snacks, we have oatmeal. Should we go back and just figure out what's going on? Because the faster I get this footage, the faster I can get back into the city, and I'm very worried about my dry skin right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Mary's cleaning stuff. She's scrubbing whatever she made oatmeal in. Packs everything up, gets her tent together, ready to go back to Thornton's Gap. Keeps her cast iron skillet out though, just in her hand.
Very important item.
So Sam, you said not to whistle. Have you ever heard a whistle before in the woods?
A few times, just people visiting being very stupid. The worst time to do it is at night, which people generally aren't here for, so.
So you've also probably heard some whistling sounds that you were able to chalk up as probably like birds as well.
Yeah. There's also a few birds that sound a little human-like, but that was not a bird.
But
That
yeah,
I've
you guys kind of pack up your supplies you need for the day and head on out. Anyways, let's check in with Agent Peterson, see what he's been up to.
Morning comes, light filters in through the sheer curtains of your in-bedroom. What does Paul's morning look like on a beautiful day such as today?
So Paul would probably he'd probably spend his morning kind of like almost in like a routine fashion, kind of getting up, doing some like light stretching, maybe like some push-ups or some sit-ups just to kind of get the blood flowing a little bit, and to start getting ready for the day, checking out his gear, taking out his gun, seeing if it needs any cleaning or adjusting, any of that sort of stuff, making sure he's got a tight tally of it, even though probably before he went to bed he's laid everything out so he knows exactly where it is and how everything should be laid out. And as far as like a breakfast, it would probably be something very simple, very tasty, very hearty, black cup of coffee, maybe a couple of eggs, maybe a couple pieces of bacon if he's feeling so inclined, and then probably like toast with a little bit of like butter spread on it, just something simple. If he's feeling fancy, maybe a little orange marmalade, one of the ones that comes in those little cups that you see in like those like hotels. Maybe one of those if he's feeling a little edgy for the day.
We already have it established that there is like a little breakfast nook here in this bed and breakfast run by a woman named Missy, an older woman with big, thick Coke bottle glasses, who she comes over, gets your order already, brings you your coffee, your eggs, has a little plate filled with various jams and butters and whatnot. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, sweetie.
Oh, thank you, Missy. You're a sweetheart.
How early do you think Paul gets up?
probably like right as the sun starts to kind of peek in is when he would start to kind of wake up and get going for the day.
Yeah. This is kind of mid-April, so probably around 6 a.m. at that point.
Yeah.
The sun peeking in through the windows. You get up to your thing, get your breakfast. The park headquarters opens up at 7:30 a.m., so you have some time to head over there whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Unless there's something else you want to do before then.
Is there anybody else like at the end, or am I like the first up? Just me and Missy for the most part.
It's you and Missy, and then there's you can see there's a cook in the back.
Okay.
And then probably as you're leaving, you see some other people filtering in, not necessarily guests from the bed and breakfast, but townsfolk who are coming in.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody kind of stand out? I'd probably kind of take a look and just kind of say hi to people, be very cordial and very nice. Morning. How you folks doing? But does anybody kind of stand out or anything seem out of the ordinary?
I think probably the person who stands out the most in this crowd is you.
Oh, okay.
Probably in your a more official looking uniform. But you're not a person that these people recognize in this smallish town. It's mostly just kind of normal folk. No one too out of the ordinary.
Okay. So then, yeah, as I go, I'd probably just nod and say hello to people. Tip of my hat. Morning, folks. Have a good day. Enjoy your breakfast, and then just probably head out to the park.
Yeah. Do you head out to the park or to the headquarters first?
Sorry, the headquarters.
Yeah. So yeah, you probably get there right at or right after opening. You see, it's kind of the reverse of where you saw it last night, where it was kind of the end of the day and there was no one there. Now it's the beginning of the day and there's no one there. Because even the people who get their morning hikes out of the way are already in the forest. If anything goes wrong, they'll come here later. You head on in. Has that same rustic decor going on, except now there is the sound of that you can tell is an artificial bird sound, kind of rainforesty bird sound, white noise machine almost going on, and you can see that the door to Sandra Waters' office is open.
Okay. So I'd probably head in, kind of see if there's anybody in there, kind of taking a look around and checking out stuff very casually, but keeping an eye out for stuff. See if anything looks out of the ordinary from the last time I was there.
Nope, everything looks basically, some dust has settled more so than last night, but that's about it. After you walk in, the little bell on the door rings. You observe around a little bit. After about a minute, you see, or probably hear, over your shoulder, "Oh, good morning, sir. How can I help you?" And you turn and can see a petite, blondish woman standing in the doorway of Sandra Waters' office.
Do I know that it's her already, or?
I mean, you can assume
Okay.
at this point. You haven't met her yet, but you can. And I get she has a little name tag that says Park Supervisor Sandra Waters. So you can,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I turn and say, Sandra, right? Paul Peterson, office called you there. Had an appointment.
Yes. Give me just a minute. Here, come on in. Let me. You see, she turns around as you walk in. She's kind of straightening some papers out on her desk, throwing some things in drawers. Sorry, things have been a little bit hectic the last couple days, but it's not always like this. I promise. Here, sit.
It sure seems like there's been quite a bit going on. It seems like what has been going on at least. I saw the crowd yesterday when I came, and it seemed like you were a bit busy.
Right. Yeah. Yesterday, two fellas fell off a small cliff out near Thornton Gap. They are okay. They are in the hospital now. I was actually going to go and check on them in a little bit to see how they were doing. As my diligence as a park supervisor, of course.
Mighty kind of you.
I'm just doing my job. But before then, there's been you see she kind of flicks through some papers that she left on her desk. There's been 4 other instances of people getting into strange accidents here in the park over the last 3 weeks.
Okay, that seems a bit close together for just mishaps.
Yeah, right near the start of spring, actually, was when
Okay.
things started going down.
I was gonna ask if it seems like it's kind of there. Have there been any reports of anything, or anybody's seen anything strange?
You see she kind of takes a deep breath for a moment and says, the one unifying factor between all of these incidences is that most of them report hearing the sound of large wings before whatever happened. Some people, like the 2 from yesterday, fell off the cliff. Some got tangled up in some brambles as they were running. Some fell down some rocky inclines. No one seriously injured, thank God. No one has died, heaven forbid.
Yes.
But yeah, they all reported the sound of heavy wings. None of them saw anything, at least not that they're saying.
Heavy wings.
And yeah,
that's interesting. Like, have we had any migrating birds coming out of season or anything lately, or?
it ain't. It ain't really a big migration season right now, and even so, large birds tend to not migrate out this way. They would probably go a bit further south and further towards the coast than here in the mountains.
Okay.
We've had some reports of hawks and eagles, but those are a little bit more identifiable and large. I wouldn't qualify them as having heavy wings.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. You see Paul kind of flips out like a little notepad and he's taking notes as they're chatting. So, reports of heavy wing fluttering, but it seems pretty close together, all these accidents that are kind of happening. Anything else you can, kind of let me know about, or anything else that you've noticed personally?
I haven't really noticed anything super, serious out there, or anything super suspicious out there, I should say. It's been, quiet on the front from what I could tell. I haven't seen any large birds or evidence of such. Usually things like that would leave large droppings, I would suppose, or even larger feathers, but I have not noticed as such in the area around Thornton Gap.
Okay. These are all happening in the same location, it seems like, right? All around Thornton Gap?
Around it, yeah. Within about a half-mile radius.
Okay, yeah, that seems pretty tight together. That's kind of out of the ordinary. Has anybody gone to go check it out, or have you sent anybody over there?
We checked some. The thing over there, it's a bunch of really thick woods and forests and larger trees, so it's kind of hard getting around safely. And over here, we don't really have as much manpower as some of the other locations in Shenandoah at the moment. There are some others that need help. There were some fires a couple weeks ago, I'm sure you heard about, that needed some extra personnel around there. So we're kind of a bit of a skeleton crew right now. It's me and Chief Randall, and then we have about half a dozen other rangers to look after the area.
Okay, about half a dozen. None of them reported anything strange, or seen anything strange while they're out and about on their day-to-day?
No. I mean, the headquarters is technically the closest to Thornton Gap of all the ranger stations. All the others are a bit further out on some of the other trails. There's a smaller kind of first aid station near there, but that's about it.
Okay.
I could call some of them in for like interviews if you need that.
I mean, if any of them have seen anything, it might be great to talk to them. But at the same time, if nothing's too out of the ordinary, I don't want to waste their time with you already having, such short staff.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, none of them have reported anything to me or, as far as I know, to Chief Randall.
Okay. Now you said that she had like some papers on her desk.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see like what those are from where we're just kind of standing and talking, or did she kind of like hide them away or anything?
She's not really hiding them or anything. They're incident reports.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of see like the reading upside down the header like is something of park incident reports, and then like has like the date, and then you can see some kind of like fill in the blanks of like this person's name in this area, this happened, extra things and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing too out of the ordinary then.
Yeah, nothing malicious at least.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time on this and speaking with me and giving me any information. Is there anything else at all that you can share with me, or do you mind if I have a kind of a poke around in the area, seeing how you're kind of short-staffed already?
Yeah, if you want, you can do the park's your oyster, as it were. I was about to head over to the hospital to talk to the two fellas from yesterday, and you're welcome to join me there as well, if you also wanted to talk with them.
Yeah, that might be a good idea if they're in a stable condition. Have you got any updates from them? Are they doing well, or are they still just in critical condition?
Well, they weren't really in a super critical condition when they left here. They were in, had suffered some minor head trauma from what the EMTs informed me of before they were taken away. But yeah, I think, the doctors kind of over there took good care of them. It's nothing they haven't really seen before, being near the parks and all.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind me tagging along, I'd love to come join you and have a chat with them and just see how what's going on, if they give me any details.
Yeah, not a problem. I just need to handle a few things in my office, put some things away real quick. If you want to wait outside for just a moment, I'll be right out with you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah. You head outside after a couple minutes. She comes, locks her door, and she leans over to the other office door and says, "Hey, Randall, we're heading over to the hospital. If you need anything, just, I got my radio on me." In response, you kind of just hear a gruff, like, just sound of approval. Just, yeah.
Awesome.
And then you guys head on out. Do you ride in the same car, or do you go separate and just follow her? She offers to either.
Yeah, so how far away is the hospital from the park?
From where you are now, it's on like the other side of town, but that's still only about like, I'd say 3.5 to 4 miles away.
I'd probably hop in the car with her. Just be like, let's save the environment a little bit. Let's just carpool.
All right, yeah. She has a tiny little 4-door sedan that you guys hop into and head on over to the Luray Memorial Hospital.
We go over to Hamid.
It's like you like do a pan out and then a pan in kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a bit of a Batman logo, but we can't license that.
It's just a raccoon.
Yeah. Ooh, raccoon face. There you go. And then just there you go.
Alexander. Do that. Alexander, get on that.
I was gonna say that. So I would say that Hamid is the last person to get up out of everyone. he is very much a deep sleeper, and because he usually stays up really late, he's used to getting up late. And when he wakes up, it's already, I would say, if what time would you say everyone else started waking up? Like 7 or 8?
It was
I
probably
would
around.
say probably 6.
If it's sunrise, like 5:30, like
Well, it depends. It depends on the time of year, obviously. But yeah, like it's like if this is like summertime, it's obviously earlier and stuff. But I would say that he's maybe getting closer to like 9 or 10. So so they've already been able to eat and get together and pack and stuff, and they're already starting to walk around. And he's just waking up now. And the first thing he does, he obviously just goes like, "Ugh." And was he in the room by himself, or was Agent Peterson's in the room with him? I forgot.
What happened last night? Gee.
Oh my gosh! You know what I mean? Like, is this a single room or a double bed? Like, that's what.
You had separate rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could have wanted to save money and just did like a one double bed situation. You know.
There was only one room left, and there was only one bed.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
you went to Chili's.
Oh my god.
Paul- yeah.
Anywho. So yes, but so the first thing he does is he just wakes up, and so he kind of quickly gets up, and he grabs a notebook from one of his bags, and goes to an open table and starts scribbling down notes. He likes to record as much of his dreams as possible, because just in case any sort of cryptid does any sort of like mind infiltration, he wants to be able to recall any sort of information from that.
Course,
so he just,
course.
you know, just in case he needs to be like, oh wait, I did dream about this one time, and it has to do with the situation. And so it's this time he doesn't really remember much except for the dream from last night kind of involved, you know, yesterday. So he kind of like he remembers being in the woods. He remembers like some of his work, and then for some reason he was getting slapped in the back of the head by like this just bird that just kept flying down and smacking his head, and when he would turn around, the bird just kind of looks nonchalant and is just whistling. And then he would go back to work, and then he gets slapped again, and he would turn around. He just remembers that. He's being slapped repeatedly by a bird in the trees. And so that's all he really remembers, and that's what he writes down in his notes.
Now let's break that down.
Say again?
Let's break that down. Let's get to the bottom of that.
Like, so what does this dream mean?
We don't have time.
Hours.
But he records that, and so he starts getting up and is definitely very hungry. So he decides to take it upon himself to just put on his clothes and try to search for some food. I'm assuming this is a hotel that does not have a continental breakfast. It's like one of those motels, I imagine, or is it?
It's a bed and breakfast.
I forgot if it was. It's a bed and breakfast? Okay.
Yeah.
So they would have food. Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's not like a buffet. It's not a continental breakfast, but like you can go order an omelet kind of thing.
Okay, so he goes down and he goes to the person that owns bed and breakfast and says, "Hey, so I'm definitely hungry. I'm kind of peckish. What's something that you would recommend this morning?"
You see, there's an older lady. You see, she has huge Coke bottle glasses, her gray hair tied up in a bun. If you've ever played Stardew Valley, if you imagine,
of course I have.
Evelyn, Granny Evelyn, it's kind of that, but with like the big Coke bottle glasses that make her eyes huge.
Yeah.
You see, she has a little name tag that says Missy. And she says, "Oh, good morning, darling. I guess you had a bit of a late sleeper there, but I don't mind that. I can whip you up a mean eggs Benedict if you want."
Ooh, I don't think I've ever had eggs Benedict, at least not recently. So I'll have some of that. Yes.
All right. You see, she heads back into there's like a little dining area, very comfy, cozy. There's like a fireplace. That's not lit at the moment because this is like mid-spring. And also, you look around a little bit. There's some people, townspeople probably come here for breakfast and stuff, but you do not see Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe you assume like he probably got up a bit earlier and went to do his thing. But yeah, after I'd say probably 10 or so minutes, Missy comes back with a plate, or she comes back with a tray that has a plate with the eggs Benedict, and then a little mug of coffee as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Need any cream or sugar, darling?
Definitely some cream and sugar. Absolutely, thank you.
Cool. There's a little coffee bar that has a little carafe of cream and sugars and stuff for you to. Yeah.
All right. So I grab the plate and I grab the coffee, and then I just kind of take the coffee mug and I go up and add a absorbent amount of cream. Like I just basically just take a quarter cup of cream and just put it right in that coffee, and then I just take one sugar packet and put it in there, and that's it.
Perfect.
And
did not know you were gonna do that.
And so I just sit back down and drink my coffee. It's like, that's good stuff. And then I just go down and then I just finish my eggs Benedict. And I note that I was like, oh, this is not what maybe I was thinking of eggs Florentine or something. This is not what I was remembering. And but I still finish it because it's not bad, but definitely I'm like, oh wait, I'm misremembering what I was thinking. Oh, okay. But it was still good. It was still enjoyable. And then after I finish breakfast, I say well, I should probably see if that Paul guy is around, and if not, maybe I need to then just get back to the park and see if I can do some more investigations. Did I return the wallet? I'm trying to remember.
You did, yeah. You brought it to.
I brought it back and I returned, and I gave it to the guy. It gave it to that guy.
Yeah, he put it in.
Okay, I kind of figured I did. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know why I didn't write down that note.
Yeah, I'll say Paul gave you his room number, or you at least saw where he was.
Oh my god, did he?
Not everything is gay. Some things are bisexual.
Everything has to. Gay is. I thought gay was the umbrella term for everything. So I mean, technically, it would include bisexual in the gay case, right?
Technically, gay has two different things. Gay is the umbrella term, and then gay is the, with the. It's not called the Neptune flag. That's a different flag.
You're talking about the blue one. The blue one.
Blue flag. Yeah.
Basically, taking that lesbian. Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does.
But yeah, he gave you his room number, so you know where he would be. Yeah.
And so I go to his room, and then I just kind of knock on it and say "Hey, Agent Peterson's, Paul," and I just knock a few times, and do I hear any answers or anything?
Nope. Nada.
Well, then No, I'm not gonna break down the door. There's no reason to do that, and so I say, well, I guess he's either really asleep or he left. So, I guess I'll just head back to the park at this point. And so I then go back to my room, grab some of my gear, and hoist it up, and I say, well, let's head on out, and start leaving the bed and breakfast. And I don't recall either of us having a car. Did I take his car? Or I don't think I had. Did I have my own car?
You have your own car.
I have my own car?
Yeah, that's where you have the workshop.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Thank you. And so I then just get in my car and start driving back toward the park.
Cool. Do you have a specific place you were going to go to, or were you just going to find somewhere general? I would say you did hear about the Thornton Gap stuff, so you know that Thornton Gap.
That's right. I didn't go to the Thornton Gap. I was not at the Thornton Gap last time. Was I?
Correct.
So I think I'll decide not to head to the Thornton Gap immediately, but I'm going to make my way there starting from another place. So I'll pick a place that's the closest accessible area to there, and then just make my way into there, if that makes sense. To kind of like, instead of just going straight there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
So it's a place I have in my mind, but it's not like the first place I'm going. It's gonna be like I'm picking a place where I could easily get there from like just entering the park.
Okay, yeah. You get to the park. It's a Sunday at the moment, so there are a handful of people out and about who are just going on hikes, having picnics. There's a couple families, but it's not like super crowded. It's not the busy season for this place is more so in the summer. This is like I said, kind of mid-spring, April. So yeah, you find a place to park and then head into the park. What's the first thing you do as you get there?
Well, I try to find areas that are not as crowded, because any cryptozoologist worth their salt knows that these creatures tend to not be around like people automatically. Like people kind of freak cryptids out for the most part, or at least if there's going to be a crowd of people, you're more likely going to be finding regular animals that are more invested in human interaction than cryptids, right? Unless it's a very human-centric cryptid, right? Like, so there's some cryptids that thrive on preying on humans, and therefore you might encounter one. So he tries to go for an area that's less populated / away from the crowds.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely can find, like I said, it's not super crowded, so you can find an area that doesn't have any like cars parked. And you kind of set up that you park there and set up your little home base, and then you head into the park and start searching about.
Can I do in the first area that I enter? Can I assume that since I was wanting to make my way toward the Thorn Gap, that it's close, since it's in the vicinity of it, it's not like it's terribly far off?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not necessarily looking for anything specific. I was thinking of making a roll, like a move, but none of the moves really apply in this case because I don't know what I'm even looking for yet. Because I don't know if there's a mystery even going on yet. The only thing I've encountered is this wallet, was the wallet and this Agent Peterson. Probably if the agent was with me, I'd probably know more information, but I don't. So I guess in this case, I'll wait and just do some general investigating. Like I'll start looking for unusual tracks or signs or sounds and stuff like that, and I'll plant myself in an area and start just noting things in the area, and then just do some listening and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. You find like some tracks, droppings, but nothing that's out of the ordinary. And you just you head further into the park in the direction of Thornton Gap. Raccoon face, swirl in, swirl out. Everyone, everybody else, you guys have gathered whatever supplies you need for the day, and head over also to the cliffs. As you get there, you see that the caution tape is still up.
Sam immediately just starts looking to see if any park rangers are nearby.
Not in the immediate vicinity, no.
Sam's just gonna be staying on high alert, but
For sure, yeah.
Zizi just lifts it up and walks under.
Badass.
Wait, Mary Edith, can you come back? And then Zizi sets up a tripod. This would be a great shot. Can you do that one more time?
I think this might be incriminating.
Incrimination is just another word for viral on the internet. I can blur out your face.
And then she steps back, does it again. You make sure that her good side's facing your camera. She does 2 different angles. she's trying to get the hang of this whole like content creation thing. That she's
You're a
heard so much about.
natural.
Is this gonna go on TikTok?
No, this is
Yes.
gonna go on to Cryptids R Us. That's my own channel. We do short form, long form, audio. I'm trying to create my own platform. Anyways, I'll send you all the links, you know. But yeah, I think we should, you know, just casually sneak in. And ZZ wants to leave her camera kind of like hidden, facing the caution tape just in case. But kind of backed up into the trees.
Yeah.
While they.
There's
while they go.
some brush that you're able to situate the camera in, that it's hidden but has good view of the clearing that the caution tape is in.
Yeah.
You look at the bottom of the tripod, you see Dave, like, moving a few leaves on top of it.
That's
He
so
better get a PA credit somewhere.
cute. Y'all will get free access to my Patreon account.
Oh my gosh.
The lowest tier, but you know.
I already believe that they would do that.
But yeah, you guys head on up the hill towards like the cliff. What is your guys' goal here in this scene?
I think
ZZ is trying to capture anything that may or may not look weird, out of place, out of the norm. Not anything specifically, looking for anything specifically, but just like filming every single thing and kind of trusting Sam to call out weird things that may be like tracks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam and Dave, respectively, Dave like perched on the shoulder, kind of like head on a swivel, looking for anything that might have been able to whistle in these woods. That's not a bird.
And Mary Edith?
She's looking for the source of that whistle, just like one goal.
Cool. Let's see. Yeah, as you guys are looking around, as you're just milling about, you walk away from the cliff, kind of further into the forested area. This is a bit thicker forested area. The Thornton Gap Trail is fairly, it's known for being a bit more difficult. It's more of a difficult hike because it's not really, it's not like flat. It's not easy to traverse. You're kind of having to climb over roots and through bushes and whatnot a little bit. But I think I want someone to give me something, but I'm not sure what. Does anyone have any abilities that would help them? Actually, I think Mary Edith. Don't you have oops?
I do have oops. I want to stumble across something important.
Mm-hmm.
I will find it, but not necessarily related to our immediate problem. So, I can use oops if you let me use oops.
I will definitely let you use oops. As you are kind of looking about, kind of searching, you hear movement of like what seems to be a larger creature through the tree line a little bit. They're probably this is probably 20 to 30 feet away from you.
Is Mary Edith the only one who notices this?
At first, yes.
Oh, okay. Her head just snaps towards it. Does she see anything, or just there's kind of a looming presence 20 feet away?
You just see at the moment trees. It's like I said, it's pretty thick, so it's something on the other side of this thicket.
Okay. Don't move. And she kind of puts her arms out to kind of stop her companions from going any further. There's something behind those trees.
You just see Sam grab his bush knife from his backpack and just...
Jesus. Don't fuck with Sam.
Sam is ready.
ZZ will just call out. Hello?
Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Park Strangers, and a big thanks to our wonderful players. We had Ace as Sam, Alexander as Paul Peterson, Alex as Mary Edith, Danny as ZZ, and Indigo as Hamid Alvar. All of their socials and where you can find them are in the description down below. Make sure you stick around here at Open Table Adventures because we have so much more fun things in store for you. We're going to have more games, interviews, reviews, recipes, and so much more. Make sure you check out our Discord too. As always, I've been Dan the Baker. This has been Open Table Adventures, and you are always welcome to pull up a seat. Bye-bye now.